Fancy seeing you.
Indeed. My liege lord and lady, at your crown tournament, you commanded that my beloved apprentice, Ursula Mortimer, sit vigil and consider the question of whether she could accept elevation to the Order of the Laurel. I am here to report to you that she, in these past weeks, has traveled the length and breadth of our lands and has consulted with both the wise and the foolish and has deeply considered this matter and is ready here today to come before you with her answer.
We are truly keen to hear the answer.
I can't imagine what it might be.
Call forth the candidate.
Their Majesties call before them Her Ladyship Ursula Mortimer. Will rising from the old scale man. Great stands ready to Master with the veil in her hands. Come to be the sharpest sword of all. Friendship forms in Gutenberg service. Blossoms and fatal passions in his soul. Life serves men. He offers more than breath. No more! Let the mistress be her throne. A journey not yet done is through.
Is there a moral to speak of Ursula's artistry?
Your Majesties, that would normally be my privilege, but as you have heard me speak on in concerning my apprentice's virtues in this area, I wish to defer to another Laurel that you may hear another voice. Dame Eleanor?
Thank you. Majesty, I think Eleanor. You know, nowhere in the world would like to speak for this for me now. I wish to speak on her artistry. Whereas I weave with fiber, Ursula weaves with words. And words have power. Words convey thought. Words can break your heart or make it soar. You see before you a wordsmith. Ursula paints portraits with her vocabulary. She spoke volumes with words. Her words inspire those around us.
My love, I do not seek the crown or glory to my house and name, no petty augmentation of my fame. I have been given due meed of renown. Hear me, ambition's not the flame that fires me to this fighting ground.
She brings life to human experience.
Physicians labored without respite. Guards fell every day to deadly unseen darts that crossed the walls. Yet nothing worse than pain these days endure. The suffering of the mind tormented more.
She etches our events into history to place before you. Taste the divine fruit and be our dear companion evermore. Cease not to dance and sing, be never mute, in service to those virtues we adore. The king who honor gives knows honor well, and honors that beyond my tongue to tell. Ursula is our Pizan. She is our Marguerite of Navarre. She is the words of the Midrash.
Thank you. Sun and storm, rose and thorn, to joy and sorrow we are born. Grief and laughter, thorn and rose, what fate decrees no woman knows.
Majesty, you have heard her words. You have heard their impact. I implore you to add hers to this noble order.
Thank you, Dan. Is there a royal peer to speak for Ursula's honor? Great.
I have a special bond for Ursula, and Ursula and I started in the same, separated by a little time. And I recently found out that on the day that she was taking her day away, I was united. So I feel like it's a special food system. She is a great person. And while I don't have a core people that is her friend, I would say she gave me a support. During our second grade, I was nervous about public speaking. It has been a long time. I am a quiet spoken person. I am not loud. I did not feel like I could properly forecast my voice to the audience. And so I thought to myself, who should I speak about? Talk to about this. But Ursula was recognized. Ursula came down the concrete exercises to you, gave me lessons and instruction on how to do this. I kept quiet about it. She allowed me to have a voice as the crown. And so I appreciate much that. I think that is the crown that we look for in our career. It was quiet service that enabled me to not be self. And I think that's commended.
Thank you, Dave. Is there a member of the Order of Chivalry to speak for Ursula's courage?
There he is. Show me please your magazines. I am Baron Ephraim Ben Shlomo, Knight of the Society, and I would speak of more than Ursula's courage. For chivalry, what doth the artist show brought from the lexicon, the common word? Can shielding weak obedience be heard drawn from the well of workday words we know? Yea, courtesy she models without form. And her pursuits are foremost, right, and good. Yet if not pardon, how is it you should this artist's chivalry find and exalt? In reverence for the prowess her words carry, not clamoring arms. Her whisper wins the day with mastered art. She makes our language dear in burnished lines that mingle, meet, and marry. So silver truth springs from words common play. Thus, masters, is Ursula, our peer. So many please friends.
Thank you, sir. Is there a master defense to speak for Ursula's puissance?
There is, after a fashion, Your Majesty. My brother in the order has fallen ill and was unable to attend this day, but I do have his words. If I may share them with Ursula and the populace themselves.
Please.
Hear these words from Meister Peter Grau von Bremen, defender, who will speak to Ursula's puissance. To the student of defense, puissance is not found merely in a strong arm. Instead, it is the product of structure, feeling, and understanding that delivers a slender blade to a precise point. I have faced foes across the known world and been both victor and vanquished by turn, in duel and tournament, battle and war. In all these engagements, I have never beheld a blade so skilled at plucking the heart. Ursula's sense of time and foot, her well-measured meter, lay bare our defenses. She places her point perfectly, so we are pierced by her words. Weeping with wonder, rocked by the beauty of her verse and her understanding of our deepest selves. Truly, Your Majesties, Ursula's puissance is beyond question. She is my peer, and I beg she should stand numbered as such. I have no possible way to add to that statement. I agree with it wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
Is there a pelican to speak in Ursula's service?
Your Majesties, I have sat and listened to others speak of Ursula's many virtues, but as a pelican, I can still my tongue no longer. As you well know. To my mind, the pelican is the core peerage of the society. You may be a candidate for the Pelican or the Laurel, and perhaps you do not fight, and that's okay. You can be a candidate for the Chivalry, for the Defenders, for the Pelican again, and you don't do much art, and that's a shame, but it's okay. But any peerage whatsoever, if you don't have the heart of service, you are not a peer. And there is no peer in this room that will deny that truth. There's no question of Ursula's prowess, but I want to speak of her heart. Ursula and I, years ago, went down to Gulf Wars, and we had just spent a lovely week in New Orleans, eating fine food, performing in the street, listening to music, as one does. And Ursula, through all of that, was kind to everyone she met. She was courteous. She was a picture of every virtue that you would want. But that's easy when times are easy. And I wanted to know how she dealt with adversity. And unfortunately, I got to find out, because this was the year of the tornado. And I see people stirring in the room who remember that horror. Ursula and I had Mid-Rome Royal Cabin pretty much to ourselves. The crown was off on their own. The heirs were no shows. We had the whole place and we had spread out. The tornado struck down nearby, and when I was done helping people recover, I went looking for my companion. And I found her setting up Mid-Rome Royal. We had spread out. Wolgamut had crashed in there. The place was a bit of a shambles. And she was putting it all together. She said, this is going to be a refugee center any minute. She didn't attend court. As she was doing that, Nikolai and Serena were telling everyone, Mid-Rome Royal is available to you. Go there if you need shelter. But Ursula didn't hear it. Ursula was engaged in high-level Pelican thinking. She saw the situation, she saw the answer, and invisible to everyone, she made it happen. And as people came in, she found places for them. She knew where all the beds were, all through that complex, and she got everybody dossed down and comfortable. And then Lady Parvati walked in the room. Lady Parvati collapsed in Ursula's arms, and I sent for a medic. It was determined that Parvati had a serious concussion and needed an ambulance. All right, problem solved as far as I was concerned. Ursula realized that Parvati did not have any ID. She told me, and we ran back to Mid-Rome camp. And we dug through the wreckage that used to be Parvati's tent. And we found her first. And like a relay racer, this lady toddled at high speed. She's not an athletic woman. And she slapped that purse into the EMT's hands at the last minute as they are pulling away. The next morning, Mid-Rome camp is a ghost town. People are clearing out, but I see Parvati again because Ursula has taken care of her and has gotten her tucked into bed, and she's out cold. She hands me the keys, sends me for her car. We salvage what we can of the wreckage of her camp. The rest of Nidrone had their own problems, their own concerns. Nobody asked about Parvati, and that's okay because it was covered by Ursula. And Ursula drove Parvati's car all the way back up to this town so we could take care of her. And it took 2 days because Parvati couldn't travel well. And all of this, Ursula right now, as I'm speaking, is cringing. Because she doesn't think that there's anything unusual about that. It's just what people do. She has the heart of a tear. She has the heart of a poet. Thank you.
From an honorable noble order of the Laurel.